Okay, we're going to now have a little look at the sort of meaning, the traditional meanings of the numbers and figures that appear throughout the minor arcana in the tarot as well. Again, as I said in the last video, you will find as you work with them and as you go through the process of connecting with your deck that we talked about in Tarot Part 1, you will get your own meanings from these as well. But like I say, it's always a balance between the traditional meanings and what you personally connect with in the deck. Let's have a look through. Okay. Ace or one of any suit. Ones typically mean new beginnings, success. They can also be seen as the most pure meaning of the suit that you're looking at as well. To have this appear inverted can often mean sort of failure or just not being able to get started with something and feeling a little bit like you're stuck at the starting points and not being able to move forward. Twos. Twos are all about duality, balance, partnership, things like that. Inverted, the opposite of that, lack of balance, conflict, so forth. Threes. Multiples of threes as well. Threes, sixes and nines are all sort of achievement and success numbers. 3 is usually indicative of your first step along a longer path. So it's your first goal, but it's your first little achievement in order to go on and achieve even more in the same theme or in the same part of your life. To have it inverted often means that sort of you're facing the first hurdle or the first setback on a much longer path. Fours. I always remember fours and think of fours as the corners of a house, so sort of the foundations, if you like. This is because this is what this is about. It's about foundations, stability, having everything set in place, things being well planned for. Inverted, shaky foundations, bad planning, not having the groundwork in place to move forward. Fives. Imbalance and complications. Now, obviously, having it the right way often means that you're going to be able to find your way around these things, being able to navigate a tricky situation, finding a new solution or a new way of doing things that navigates problems. Inverted, it often means that you're aware of issues and complications, but you're choosing to ignore them, or you're not looking carefully enough at them and they're going a little bit unchecked. Sixes, again multiple of 3, but I like to call this the halfway there card, or the halfway there number, if you like. You've achieved a certain level of success, you've reached a certain point where you're quite comfortable and confident, and it gives you a chance to stop, look around, reassess, work out where you go. Inverted, it means that obviously you've come so far, but there are still difficulties to overcome, and it may be a time that you need to reassess. 7 is a lovely number. It is the happiness and contentment number. Inverted, it means that you maybe need to contemplate things and think on them a little bit more before going forward. 8, progress, but progress in long-term ongoing situations. Inverted, disappointment, but again, long-term ongoing situations. The thing you need to think of with 8. 9. Again, we're on a multiple of 3, so this is a success card, but this is I always call it the light at the end of the tunnel card. It's like you can see where you're going, you've got the finish line in sight, you're being quite successful in getting there. You're on that last leg, you're getting there, you're almost there. Inverted, it can mean, you achieve what you want, but it doesn't quite go to plan, you don't quite get the result you want. It's not quite as you envisaged it. 10 is completion, success, but also being ready for a new start, being able, right, I've done this now, where do I go next? Very positive number in that respect. Inverted, it can often mean an ending that is sort of unwanted in some respects, and it can also indicate the need to start over with something. We're now onto the sort of the figures or the person cards, if you like. Pages or knaves. These can represent a younger person or someone you feel responsible for. It can also indicate receiving news or receiving a message. If you get them inverted, it can often mean a situation has to be left unfinished or unresolved. Knights. Knights are usually friends or colleagues, someone that you view as being on the same level as you. They're often about sort of achievement and having sort of strong convictions and courage. Inverted, they can mean somebody who is around you who doesn't necessarily have your best intentions at heart, and may not want the best for you. They can also indicate cowardice as well. Queens can indicate a woman, a female figure, also a teacher. Inverted, they're often a warning not to listen to bad advice, or that someone's going to give you advice and it's not going to work out well, so be aware of that. Kings can indicate a male figure. They also indicate a sense of understanding and of gaining knowledge. To have them inverted can often indicate overconfidence or sort of arrogance, stubbornness. So those are the traditional meanings of your numbers and your figure cards. As always, you will get your own meanings come out of them the more you work with them as well. But those are your sort of your traditional meanings, if you like, at the bare bones to start working with them with.